Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Angie. I am a psychic medium here on YouTube that loves to read for the collective. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. This is what helps my channel grow, as well as helps me to reach other people and continue to put my content out there. So today we're going to be asking Spirit, as we just had the full moon in Cancer. So this is all about the emotions, the well-being, stuff like that. Maybe even for some of you, bringing up to surface a lot of things that maybe had been suppressed in your psyche. So let's find out from Spirit what is going to be happening for the collective as we've now just finished that full moon in Cancer. So yeah, let's hop into it. So we got 3 piles for you today. So this is pile 1, we have pile 2, and last but not least, we have pile 3. So do your thing, pick your pile, and I'm going to be inserting a clip below for you guys to select your pile. Hey, pile 1. So in case you missed the intro and you're new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. This is what helps my channel grow and allows me to continue to provide the messages for the collective. So if any of these readings resonate with you and you would like to book a personal and private reading with me, shout out to your girl on my website at angiesawakening.com. So we're going to be asking Spirit, as the time that I'm recording this, it's either I think it's the day before the full moon in Cancer. So we're going to be talking a lot about what's going to be happening for you at this time with the full moon in Cancer coming up. So what are some blessings that are going to be coming up? Cancer is all about the emotions, the psyche, those feelings of sensitivity. I know this because I'm a Cancer, so I know what it's like to be one. So let's hop into it and then we'll take it from there. So you chose the moon spells. Funny, pile number 1 chose moon spells with the full moon in Cancer coming up. I promise, guys, I didn't intentionally do that. It just happened. I was drawn to it and I just selected it. So yeah, let's see. So the first card we have here, pile number 1 for you, is Memories of Love. So as I talked about, being a Cancer, we're all about emotions and feelings. So when I look at this card, I feel very strongly that lately you have been very nostalgic about a past love or acquaintance. This could have been an old friend perhaps, or somebody that you felt very much was a blessing to you. Maybe initially you didn't know it at first, but as time progressed, you started to realize how important that connection really was to you. Or maybe now with the nostalgia and the full moon, you've realized that you really want to maybe rekindle some of that romance, or even rekindle that partnership or that friendship that you once had with this person. So the blessing for you is that this person, I'm feeling very strongly, is going to be returning from the past. When they return back to you, Spirit is asking you to reflect deeply on these memories you both have shared. As it seems, the vibration of 6, because we have here card number 6, which is all about the love, unity, and balance. So don't have any regret, especially if this person had done you any malice, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, or maybe this situation just didn't happen or plan out the way that both of you had anticipated, or maybe you had anticipated, especially if it's in areas of love or some type of business partnership you may have had. Spirit is asking you not to have regret, as this person will no longer hurt you or no longer put you through the same things that happened in the past, because now they've had a lot of time to reflect and do that deep reflection and contemplation on who you are, what you represent, and how they want to now move this connection forward. So I'm feeling as well that you have also been able to work on your heart chakra, which is really good, and you have been able to heal and move forward. So when this person returns, I feel very strongly that this person is now going to be more of a blessing to your life rather than a disappointment, as what you may have experienced in the past where this person was concerned. So let's see the next card. We got Sacral Chakra, pile number 1. So with Sacral Chakra, This is all about developing relationships, which I talked about again. So now you're going to be rekindling and developing back that relationship that you once shared with this person, right? So mad sinks in this. So with this, Spirit is asking you to maybe think about considering a creative project or activity or something that you guys can maybe work on together, especially if this is a romantic partner or relationship, right? Maybe for a while you yourself went through like a creative block is what I'm hearing, because sacral chakra is all about creativity, law of attraction, manifestation, sensuality. Maybe you just haven't been feeling yourself as a result of you and this person no longer communicating, and that's why you kind of want this person back to have that new beginning again, so that you're able to move forward. But Spirit is also telling me that you also have to have a level of acceptance of yourself in order to develop, your feelings of self-love, as this is the blessing, right? So the blessing is now you choose yourself, you love yourself unconditionally, and then you're able to work through your feelings and emotions. And I'm hearing for some of you, even your fears, where this person is concerned, in order to develop and create that personal power within self. So this will also allow this experience with this person could have also left you feeling, I'm hearing for a lot of you, in areas of feeling a lot of mistrust. They could have even put you in a third party, or they were lying, which led to a lot of disappointments. I'm hearing a lot of you may have felt like this connection was a bad investment or disappointment. But it could have also led to a lot of fights even over money, especially if it was a business situation you guys were into. And again, this is also helping to shift the energy. So your spirit team right now at this time, your angels, ancestors, are also working very heavily as your blessing to you, pile number one, to really help you heal and open your heart and not have your heart closed off to this person and what may happen in the future. So last but not least, we have recognition and reward. So that's huge, pile number one. You're going to be rewarded because of your efforts, because of you not closing your heart and willing to work and heal is going to be helping you to develop as a blessing, right? Which is confirming everything that I talked about. As you forgive, you're able to heal. You're able to look at yourself, do shadow work, and you will be recognized because you'll become a brand new person, because now you're more tuned into your emotions and your feelings. This will also be a good time if you've been thinking about manifesting a project. Spirit is saying that now is a good time to manifest a new beginning for a project, a new beginning in love. Even your passion that you once had lost, it will also be restored as a blessing to you. And even if this is a person or romantic interest, this person will also be returning to you, pile number one, from the past. But Spirit is also asking you to also be considerate of your physical body, as well as this needs to be cared for as you enter a new chapter of your life as a blessing for you. If it is in the love interest, they will return, and don't be afraid to talk, right? So one book that I read that I will share with you guys is the book called The Four Agreements. I forget the author's name. I think it's Don Miguel Ruiz. That's his name, Don Miguel Ruiz. So I read this book because I'm now doing a fitness challenge for 75 days. Actually lost 5 pounds yesterday, which is awesome. But anyways, this is not related to your reading, pile number one, so I'm not going to get too sidetracked. So in this book, I encourage you to read it because it's very good. It's very cheap. It's on Amazon. It's like $14, $15. But it talks about don't assume anything. So when this person comes back, especially if it's a love interest or a business partner, Spirit is asking you right now at this time to not assume things of the connection. Because when you assume things and you don't ask the questions what the author was talking about in the book, then this is where it leads to disappointment. So if you want a connection, you need to make that very clear to this person when they can return, or if you want to work only strictly on business with them, or if you want to change up the direction in which the business had gone, Spirit is encouraging you to make sure that you set the foundation from the beginning, from day one, so that this person knows what you mean when you say that you want certain things to happen. So let me get some more cards from the Numinous deck, and then I'm going to pull some tea leaves to find out additional messages for you, pile number one. So blessings for pile number one. We have trine, flow. So this is all about harmony, a lot about support, gifts. So again, this person may come back and want to give you a lot of gifts as well, or your connection will be harmonized, which we talked about. As you heal, things around you in your 3D world will start to balance out. So let's get one more card, and then I'm going to actually pull some from the tea leaf and then take it from there. So we have square, challenge. So creates tension, stalls, sounds the alarm, motivates, pressures into frustration, demands, struggles, cohorts, hurts, work out, reconcile. So again, as I talked about, the person that you have in your mind, Spirit is confirming that they will be coming back and they want to try to reconcile the connection from the past. So it's up to you if you want to take this person back or you want to invest again in this person, as this is what's on the horizon for you as we shift. So I always have trouble shuffling this one, so I may have to pull it. So heart, love, deep affection, and caring. So this situation is involving your heart chakra, which we talked about. We have arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So again, Spirit is confirming that you have made the right choices, and because of this, you will definitely be rewarded, as it felt on the recognition and reward card. Goldfish. So increase material wealth and spiritual growth. So Spirit is saying to work on your business endeavors and also work on your spiritual gifts as well at this time. So you also have a secret admirer, or I'm hearing for a lot of you, you will have a lot of secret admirers as you learn how to heal and grow from the past as a blessing. So we have birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So again, Spirit is saying if it's a love interest, when they come back, you guys are going to be feeling a lot of passion towards each other. So if you don't want to have a child, make sure you wrap it up. If you're in the age of conception, or you could have a child with this person, or you guys may start a business endeavor, which I talked about. So it's either a child, a business, or both is going to be manifesting for you as a blessing, pile number one. So don't worry. So good news is coming to you as well, because we have the air. So again, this is just saying that everything I basically talked about, I feel is going to be happening for you soon. So a period of prosperity and abundance, and your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So again, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goal. So Spirit is saying focus on self, and everything else will fall into place. So let's see what months, I'm just nosy, let's see what months this person may be returning. So I've separated the deck, so I've taken out the months. Ooh, Valentine's. So February. So February, pile number one, this person may be coming back. And if that doesn't resonate, because remember, this is a timeless reading. So when I'm recording this, it's January 2022. But let's see if that doesn't resonate. Let's see what other timeline may appear for you and this person. So we have May. So this person may also come back to you, or you may find out you're pregnant, or something critical with you and this person that you've been thinking about is going to happen in the month of May for you and them. So that's what I have for you, pile number one. So this is amazing news. You have really good blessings coming for you. I send you so much love and light. Thank you so much for your support, and take care. Actually, no. Before you go, I'm going to pull from my Ask Your Spirit Guides deck. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, pile number one. I'm gonna pull from the guides, so that way. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I mashed up my place. So I'm gonna pull from Ask Your Spirit Guides deck in regards to what is going on, what's gonna advice that they may have for you at this time in regards to this situation. I can't just leave my babies in the dark like that. I gotta give you guys some sound advice from the girl. And everything just crashed down. So you and this person may have had a tower moment in the past, but the Spirit is saying that this is going to be changing very soon for you and them. So let's see. Let's get some advice from the guides, and then we're going to close out the reading. I'm hearing also that this person may have had an epiphany about you and the connection. So you guys got 2. So let's read from the book, and then I'm going to close out your reading because I don't want this to be a super, super long reading for you. So we have shadow. So again, as I talked about, Spirit is encouraging you to do that shadow work, and then from there, you'll be able to manifest that new beginning. And we have discontent. So I get it. You're not happy as well about what transpired. So card number 25. So it says, although no one likes to admit it, we all have our dark sides and the shadows. Those less than flattering facets of our personality and make delight in abusing and shaming others and wielding power in the most unfair ways. Wherever it's the condescending remark to the slow-moving grocery bagger at the grocery store, or the aggressive hand gesture directed towards the meandering driver on the road, or the belittling comment made in your uncooperative child. Many of us are guilty of hurting and deriding others at times. Your divine healers are present now to help you witness your shadow lovingly make you aware that it's actually contempt for yourself and your vulnerabilities that fuels such hostility towards others. These gentle but powerful higher forces surround you in love and urge you to accept and embrace your weaker aspects rather than harshly rejecting yourself by attacking those aspects in others. Ease up and be more tolerant to yourself. If you do so, the shadow will give way to the light and healing. Your divine healer's message: ask for help and accept the light. So again, Spirit is saying when this person comes back, your natural response might be to be rude and aggressive or just like mean to this person. But Spirit's saying, look at them from a different light than what you normally would have looked at them. Look at them from a place of acceptance, a place of, hurt people, right? So maybe when you and this person were interacting, this person was just in a really dark place. But I don't think that's something that now you are going to be able to not do, because you're going to do the shadow work, which is going to allow you to open your heart and your mind towards this person and what they may have to offer you now. As time has since passed and this person has done the reflection and is willing to make that change where you and the connection are concerned. So let's read the discontent and the muses. So sooner or later in our evolutionary process, each of us begins to realize that it's not the having that fulfills our souls, but rather it's the act of creating that brings us satisfaction. Contentment is where what we've created, no matter how grand, inevitably subsides, and our creative juices once again long to flow. That's why the once ideal partner ceases to amaze, the perfect job eventually becomes mundane, and the great adventure becomes tedious. Although there is a lot to be said for enjoying what we have now, we must nevertheless respect the fact that our basic nature as creative beings is to create. Without this process, we can't be fully content, at least not for long. Your muses are present, and they call on you now to embrace your creative discontent and undertake new projects. Their message: see your frustrations as a longing to learn more, expand more, dare more, and create more. So Spirit is asking you to take that situation that was once bad for you and turn it into a positive one, right? So we talked about the sacral chakra earlier. So this is just confirming what I talked about, that you guys need to take that passion or frustration that you had towards this person, or even sexual energy that you may have if this is a love connection that you guys were very sexual, and especially if it's a twin flame or soulmate situation. And Spirit is saying to take that and turn it into something beautiful, such as creating a YouTube account, start doing tarot if you are able to, or start doing that business venture even on your own in some cases, right? So Spirit is saying that you gotta manifest that new beginning, which you will, because this is your blessing. So you're being blessed right now by just receiving the messages that are going to help you along your journey. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1. If this resonates, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that my channel can be monetized, as well as you can get more content from me. If this reading resonates and you would like to book a personal reading with me, shout out at angiesawakening.com. And don't forget to like as well, or comment if you have something you'd like to share. Thank you so much. Take care. Okay, pile number 2. So in case you missed the intro, I want to let everybody know I appreciate all of your comments, likes, shares, subscribes. This truly helps my channel grow, which is amazing, and I'm able to provide more content to you guys here on YouTube. So I want to let everyone know that I now have my website up and running. So if you would like to book a personal and private reading with me and check out some of my services, check out my website at angiesawakening.com. So we're going to be asking Spirit today the question about what is the blessing that's coming to you at this time. So the time that I am recording this, it would have been just about to be the full moon in Cancer. So Cancer is all about the emotions and the overall well-being, relationships, love. These are matters that matter very strongly to Cancer, which I know all too well because I'm a Cancer as well. I have my sun and I believe, and my moon as well in Cancer. So I'm deeply a Cancer person. So yeah, let's hop into it. So let's start off. So you chose the sticker here with 2 hands that are holding, it looks like the universe in their hands. So this could be, you know, I'm just thinking intuitively like some partnership or something that might be a blessing to you. But let's see pile number 2, what we're gonna see today. So I'll put this here. So the first card we pulled is Suffering in Silence. Wow, so that's pretty intense, pile number 2. Just hearing the words, it like brings a lot to me. So it seems like you had some type of investment. So as we talked about here, the 2 hands, it could have been even a karmic soulmate that you were involved with, pile number 2. That may, or even a business partner of some sort that you guys thought you would have had great turnout in this connection. But it seems like this connection could have been related, as I talked about, to a relationship, a job, school, family situation, something that you thought was going to bring you a lot of abundance or happiness. So 9 is just before 10, which is an ending. So 9 is also about, because we have a card number 9 here, is also about the reflection of self. Something personal to you. Spirit is asking for you to let go of the self-limiting beliefs that you may have about yourself. So this could take form in negative thoughts, staying in a bad situation because you have been thinking you can't make it on your own. Or more importantly, staying in something that you know is toxic and might not be good for you due to resources or scarcity consciousness. So Spirit is also asking for you to practice mindful meditation because your thoughts are what help you create and shift your reality. So you should be trying to pray and connect with God's source, whatever you believe in, to learn how to let go of worry and despair. As this is something that may be stemming from your childhood, so I'm hearing a lot of inner childhood wounding could be impacting you at this time. Or maybe unresolved trauma, because as I talked about in the beginning of the reading, as this is the full moon in Cancer, Cancer is all about the emotions. So this could be addictions to even toxic relationships or toxic partnerships. But because this is your blessing, this is you finally recognizing what caused you to be in this situation and being able to have the endurance to overcome it is what you're going to be processing at this time, pile number 2. So Spirit is really calling for you right now as your blessing to release the things that no longer have any that are no longer vibrating with you, because it's keeping you trapped and it's keeping you from reaching your potential, and inside you are in fact suffering in silence. But this is your blessing, so you're going to be able to recognize this, hopefully from this reading or just the nudges that you receive from your spirit guide, and you'll be able to let go of the past doubt, fears, insecurities that you may have. So here we have third eye. So again, this is very much about the intuition. So right now, your intuition probably guided you to this reading, probably guided you in general to take a good hard look at your circumstances and where you're currently at and where you want to be. And as a result of this, you will be able to be guided in terms of the blessing is your ability to be intuitive. So you might be a water sign like me. I'm a Cancer. So It's about recognizing your intuitive side in nature. Maybe you're someone who primarily works through logic and reason more than intuition, but I feel like this new moon, full moon that passed or is going to pass, is going to help you to tap more into your intuitive side to unlock your blessings. So this will be you allowing yours to be put yourself first. So maybe in the past you have a hard time telling people no, or you're that people pleaser or something like that. But the blessing is you finally being able to come into acceptance of self and being able to put yourself and your needs first rather than catering to everybody else. This will help you to realize and reach your potential. And I'm looking at this imagery here, and it's about the sky being the limit. So you are a limitless being, which is a blessing to be able to have that insight to even tap into tarot, tap into your intuition, where a lot of people who are unawakened don't have that ability to do this, which you do, which is your blessing. So let's see. We also have wisdom. So right now, Spirit is asking you to be that rebel. So the blessing is you finally being able to be that rebel. Maybe society or your family has told you that you need to try to stay and put up with things. Maybe they, you married somebody or were in a long-term commitment with someone who you thought was going to bring you that happiness, or maybe your family approved of them and you are now realizing that you're not happy here. So you're going to be that rebel in order to receive wisdom from a mentor of some sort, a wise intellectual person who will help you to raise your vibration. This could even be a group or an organization that may have knowledge based on their own lived experience that will help you to tap in to your blessings, which is the discovery of self is going to be your blessing. So let's see if we get other messages from the Numinous Tarot or the Numinous deck, and then we'll be able to find out more in terms of your blessings. So we have 9, which is all about seeking. So, holy frig, I can't make this up. So we have higher education, customs, faith, pilgrimage, spiritual requests, aspiration, journalism, religion, risk-taking. So again, being that rebel. So Spirit is calling you right now to be that rebel. Maybe you grew up in a family dynamic, as I shared, that they're accustomed to doing things a certain way. But now you want to break free from the pack, pile number 2, to be able to seek that higher knowledge, which is, again, your intuition, which is where you are a spiritual being, or else you wouldn't be watching this YouTube right now. Pick a card. And this is helping you to tap more into your faith and your beliefs to be able to achieve your aspirations and things of the heart that you really want at this time. So let's see what else comes out for pile number 2, Spirit. Okay, so we have North Node, Destiny. So again, you're following your North Node, you're finding your purpose, you're being able to step into your own enlightenment, and you're able to be that beacon of light, right, to help other people become the better version of themselves. You're also learning at this time as your blessing to develop more integrity, and you're becoming more in tune with your spiritual side rather than your logical side. Because I feel like for this pick a card here, that you guys are more people who are more logical. So maybe you went into a partnership or some situationship because you thought that logically it just made sense. So now you're recognizing, especially if you are trying to figure out whether or not you should come forward to a person or talk to them or partner with somebody else that maybe was not your initial choice or your family's initial choice for you. You're learning how to overcome that. And see, we have it here, learning curve. So you're learning how to overcome that, and you're maturing and you're developing based on your life experience. And this is going to also help you to tap more into your path and follow your call to destiny. I feel for this pile, you're being called to destiny right now, which is a blessing to you because not a lot of people have a really big life purpose. But I feel like for this group, you guys really have a big life purpose that is still waiting for you to fulfill. So we have Uranus, revolution. So again, breakthrough, brainstorming. So you probably had a spiritual awakening. Could have been due to a hardship or a toxic relationship. Sometimes For soul evolution, we sometimes have toxic, we have karmic partners or karmic family members, karmic jobs, certain things like that that basically help to break down barriers to shift your evolution of being. So you definitely went through a surprising spiritual awakening where now you're seeing a lot of signs or synchronicities if you haven't already, and that is allowing you to realize the unexpected, where now you're starting to understand more about yourself and you want to take more of an innovative path and a path towards humanitarianism rather than, being greedy or, stuff like that. So the blessing is you having that awakening to realize more of your potential and tapping more into your spiritual side to reach your full potential. So they want me to pull from the Astra house. I separated a deck. So, yeah, so let's see what comes out. Okay, it's like a small little thing. So I'm just going to choose success. So whatever you had in mind, if you're thinking about a person or partnership that maybe you chose somebody else and not them, Spirit is saying that maybe might be successful for you at this time. So let's see what other blessings are coming for you, pile number 2. Okay. And they want all of this. Okay. Will do, guys. So we have fire. So strong emotion, passion, love, or hate. So I'm feeling like, again, the blessing is that you're going to be able to tap into a passionate partnership, passionate relationship, or you're able to shift and, tap into your humanitarian side, which is going to allow you to have a lot of love and passion towards a situation, or even just feel a lot of emotions. So we have nest. An emotional, secure, loving family is important to you. So this is talking about your core values. So maybe this person that you may not have considered is something that will provide you that emotional security and that loving family, which is a part of what you're supposed to have. So we have pay attention to your work. So again, something is going on with your work, which I talked about. So Spirit is just saying to pay attention to this, because it could be a shift happening or something is going to be changing as a blessing for you at work. So you'll be receiving a precious gift. So somebody is going to either propose, and this is a diamond. So I feel like somebody might propose, you might propose to somebody, or you're going to be given a gift of some sort that's going to be of tangible value as a blessing for you. We also have gavel, investment with the law. So if you've had court cases or something going on, Spirit is saying that may wrap up in order for you to then receive the blessings that you're supposed to receive. So we have tower, solid foundation, success with effort. So you're building that solid foundation as a blessing for yourself, as this is over the wisdom card, which is allowing you to become more wise based on your past efforts and things that you went through in the past. So I feel like I need to pull a few more. Okay, so they want these ones. So we have increase your efforts to achieve your goals. So again, Spirit is saying that you have to just work a little bit harder, which is over the travel and adventure, right? So you investing more into your quest, into yourself, into your religion, into being a risk taker, and that will allow you to tap more into your blessings that are coming. And you also have a secret admirer, pile number 2, and good news is going to come to you very soon. We also have a period of prosperity and abundance with the bread card. So this is also tied into your north node, which is your destiny. You're supposed to have abundance. You're supposed to be successful. You're supposed to have happiness. So let's see which months may be important to you for this blessing, pile number 2. Okay. They're saying May. This also came out in pile number 1. You may be drawn to that one as well. And we have June. So something is going to happen for you tied into your blessing in the months of May and June, pile number 2. So let's get the last piece of advice from Spirit, and we're going to close out your reading. Okay, so they want me to take this card. So we have psychic awareness. So as we talked about, you're becoming more in tune, and that was the whole entire message from this whole reading, is about you tapping into your intuition to help you overcome your situation and to receive the blessings that are due to you. The more that you become spiritual, the more you use your intuition, this is going to guide you to tap into your blessings that is still unfolding for you at this time. So your divine soul is awakening. So I can't even make this up. It's right here. So we talked about it. Clairsentience, clairvoyance, reception, telepathy. Right there. Your divine soul is awakening. And with your psychic abilities, and your psychic abilities are coming alive. More evolved and specific than basic intuition. So again, you being that spiritual being as we talked about. Your psychic faculties are giving you access to the fourth dimensions and are coming into contact with discarnate enlightened helpers that can assist and guide you in beautiful ways. You may start accessing divine music or tap into your new healing energies. You may also receive telepathic messages and have clairvoyant visions. Heed your newly aroused psychic facilities and don't doubt the specific and profound transmissions flowing to you. Record your dreams. So dreams are very important for you at this time. Last night I had a really crazy dream. It was like in like a water planet. I know this is not related to your reading, but it was crazy. I was just surrounded in so much water, which I know talks about healing energy. So hunches and accept the symbols and signals being relayed to you from the psychic realm. Trust your vibes and enhance your psychic channels fully. What they're communicating is essential to fulfilling your purpose. Ask your divine soul to lead you. Its message, embrace and trust what you receive. So again, this might be scary to you because maybe, as I said, you're someone who is more logical, but Spirit is saying, go with the flow. Trust, and because of this, you'll reap the benefits, and you will be able to follow your North Node and trust your intuition to help you to become that better version of yourself as your blessing. So if this reading resonates, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as if you would like to book a personal reading with me, shout out in angiesawakening.com. Thank you so much and take care. So much love and light to you all. Take care. So hey, pile number 3, last but not least, it's you. So we're going to be doing what blessings are going to be coming towards you at this time. So the time that I'm recording this, it is the full moon in Cancer. So Cancer is all about the feelings of emotion, love, understanding, all about feelings. I'm a Cancer, so I know this. I know how this thing go. Shout out to other Cancers out there. You know, we are naturally sometimes people, when we're unhealed, we can't hold on to grudges for like 1,000 years, where we just really struggle to forgive people. But on my own spiritual journey, I have definitely learned how to forgive and heal from the past. So I want to let everybody know, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. This is what helps my channel grow, right? So when you guys like, comment, and subscribe, this helps me, one, become monetized. That's one of my goals I have for myself for 2022, as well as it also helps other people who may be wondering certain things about themselves be able to see my content, right? Because, you know, the tarot spiritual community is a little bit small but big at the same time, because people, you know, are scared to kind of come out and showcase themselves. But that's one of the things that I'm processing for my ancestral line. So I want to let you guys also know that we're going to be asking Spirit the important question about what blessings are coming for pile number 3. So you chose the Dreams Potion. This kind of reminds me of the ball that I was in last night. So it's telling pile number 2, like last night I dreamt that I was in a huge body of water in like a water-based planet, which was super cool. It was so awesome. So right now I feel like you could be like going through a very emotional time, and so this blessing or blessings, because we're going to find out what exactly is going to really help you to release a lot of the feelings that you may have been keeping bottled up inside, because we have like a cork here in the bottle. So this may help you to release a lot of that inner conflict that you might have experienced, and help you to tap into your dreams as the blessing for you, pile number 3. So let's tap in. Boom, we have mental conflict. So again, I can't make this shit up. So again, we have mental conflict. So pile number 3, it really seems right now that you went through or are going through a period of anxiety or depression. And I'm not clinically diagnosing you. I am a social worker, yes, but I don't have the credentials to do so. So this could just be you feeling, because my guides are telling me, like, anxiety is basically the fear of the unknown, so fear of the future, and then depression is the fear of the past. So inability to move forward from past mistakes, past issues, unresolved karma, unresolved issues. That's probably why I talked to you about my ancestral line before I started this reading, and people being scared to really show how they are because they're scared of what people might think of them. So this could be creating some of the mental conflict that you have, but because this is a blessing, pile number 3, this is going to be you being able to overcome this, right? Which is amazing. So lately, I feel that you've had a lot of self-doubt emerging from not being sure about yourself or not taking action with a person, group, or even a situation in some cases in your life. You know what it is. So Spirit is saying tap in, think deep. Might not have to take you that long to know, but you know, pile number 3, what it is that you have been afraid of or what you've been scared to start, what you've been scared to do. So Spirit right now, as your blessing, is asking you to ask for them for strength and willpower to make all things possible for you. So this is in forms of connecting to your intuition, as life is short and it's time for you to finally take action where your situations are concerned. And this is going to help you to have a lot of mental and physical balance in your areas of your feelings so that you're able to tap into your dreams and really get the blessings that you deserve, pile number 3. Because if you don't release the past, then how are you going to be able to get blessings, right? So it's all about starting over, understanding that things happen, and having the courage to move forward to take charge of your life and your situation overall. So let's see what other card we have here. So this reminds me a lot of Temperance. I think this is Temperance. Let me look in the book, because I don't want to misquote, but I feel like when I looked at the card, it reminds me of Temperance. Yep, I was right. This is Temperance in traditional tarot. So this pile number 3 is all about, 14 is then reduced to 5, which is challenge and changes. So your blessing consists of you being able to step out of your comfort zone, planting the seeds, which we have here, right? We can see the girl in her hand, or the person in their hand. They have a seed here, and there's like a flower growing out of it, which is about taking charge, stepping out of your comfort zone, and planting seeds for a new beginning. So remember though, things also take time, right? So Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Things come in strides. So as you make adjustments, then that's when blessings will soon follow and new beginnings will follow for you. So Spirit is also asking you that sometimes we act too quickly and don't see immediate results. So sometimes we go into it, I'm being shown the Knight of Swords, which is like rushing in, making a decision. So Spirit is saying take the action, yes, but at the same time, you also have to remain balanced too, to recognize that sometimes things don't happen immediately. As long as you're able to start from even the ground up in some cases, right? This is a general reading, so I'm channeling for a lot of people, right? So Spirit is saying even if you just plant that one seed can then manifest into abundance, a new beginning, and everything for you, right? But take time. It takes time. So if, for example, right, they're telling me, right, one of my goals this year is that I want to make a shit ton of money, more than what I ever thought that I could. So for me, right, a part of it is like, let's say for example, right, you want to make, I don't know, 100 grand a year, right? The first step is you got to look at your qualifications, right? Possibly you got to attend some type of higher education program. So this could be you going back to school, or you starting that business, or going and getting that loan. And then from there, you complete this, or you get the money or the grant or whatever it is that you want. And then you're able to then get the blessing, is now you're able to apply, right, for that job or for whatever it is you want, and then you're able to start doing this to then acquire the 100 grand. So you also have to be open-minded as well, right? And your passion will be ignited and help you to follow your dreams and your purpose. So restoring that faith in yourself and trusting the process is a blessing for you, pile number 3. And that will allow you to tap more into that new beginning that is waiting for you, that is destined for you. So let's actually get the Numinous Tarot Oracle cards, and then we'll see what else Spirit wants you to know at this time. So we have Libra. That's probably why I had the Knight of Swords in my head. Could be a lot of air signs watching this as well. And this goes for Sun, Moon, or Rising. So they talk, okay, they want me to take Pluto. Okay, so I'm going to talk about these two. So as we talked about, right, you could be a Libra, which Libras are usually a lot of people who are idealists. I know because I have a lot of Libras in my family as well too, where sometimes Libra can stay in their comfort zone because they're afraid to take chances. So they can be too picky or choosy in some cases, and they always think about what could happen. So that's where we have the indecisiveness, which is probably why we have the mental conflict here. So Spirit is just confirming what I talked about. So in order to achieve that balance, right, because Libra is that justice, right, the balance, the scales, right, you're going to have to be able to come out of that place of indecisiveness and non-judgment of yourself or other people or situations, or thinking the worst, right? Because sometimes with the Knight of Swords in reverse, right, that's the overthinking piece, where you could overthink a lot of things, where you might think, oh my God, this might go wrong. What if I don't get the money? What if I don't get the grant? What if I don't get this? But the blessing is now that you are watching this reading. That's one. Hello. So Spirit is just confirming what you were thinking by you watching this. And also your own intuition is guiding you now to make decisions. You're able to actually make that fair, idealistic choice that's based on self and not pleasing other people. So this is where, again, this is also could be the first time that you may even decide to put yourself and your needs first before other people and what they want or what they told you that you should get for yourself. Because nobody, you got to tell them, pile number 3, listen, nobody knows you better than you, and nobody is going to have the right to tell you what you need or what you want. You need to know what it is that you need and you want. And you got to release this mental conflict, because sometimes when you tell people a lot, I find your business or your actions, and that's also Cancer, we're also the mystic too, where we don't always show our hand in terms of what we're doing. And the reason for this is where you get, again, people telling you, don't do it, don't do it, don't make that decision. But that's bullshit. You know what you need, pile number 3, so go and make that happen, as your blessing is here to follow. So Pluto, transformation. So again, very much Scorpio water sign type of vibes, which is all about, Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. So you could even be a water sign too, or Scorpio could be somewhere in your birth chart. So we have air signs as well on the board. So that's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And we have water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, but heavy scorpionic energy. And we have Saggy, which is Temperance. So right now, you're also going through a period of renewal where you are now going through that rebirth. A lot of cycles are now ending in your life. You may have been drawn to pile number 2. There might be additional messages in there for you as well, because I feel like pile number 2 was coming close to ending out a cycle, but they were still kind of going through realizing the self, essentially, where they were putting themselves first. So there is a part of your evolution that's calling you right now to return to your inner self as a resource and trust your basic intuition, and to be able to have the motivation to close out cycles. So as I talked about taboos, so in my family line, there's a lot of taboos that are associated with spirituality. So that might be some of the inner conflict that you're experiencing too. Could even be a situation where your intuition is nudging you towards more of a spiritual lifestyle in some cases too, and because of the taboo and stuff like that, you're afraid. But Spirit is assuring that you're clearing this as well for your bloodline, which is probably why I talked about that as well in the beginning, to be able to manifest your dreams and have that new beginning for self. So let's see what other blessings are coming for you, pile number 3, at this time. It's kind of hard to shuffle this because they're circular, but let's see. Okay. So we have Elephant. So a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. So again, this deserves to be right here over the mental conflict. So again, you're on a journey of, again, this is talking about the death and rebirth, transformation. So the journey that you're now embarking on is going to be your blessing, because this is going to allow you to realize more about the self that you didn't know before. And so we have a V for victory in some endeavor. So if you've been hesitating on starting that business or moving forward with someone or doing something, Spirit is saying that this will bring you a lot of victory and success. And just have the patience again as it will grow and manifest for you. So affairs with your family. So as I talked about, this is directly about your bloodline, where maybe people are kind of like, oh, you'll never make it, or it's not going to work out. And this is specifically some of the reason that holds you back. It's some of that past information or how you've been told, or limiting beliefs that have been created for you by the self as well as family. So we have your spiritual guidance and protection from harm. So your guide, spirit, source, God, whatever you may believe in, is also with you prominently at this time, protecting you. So flowers, happiness. So Spirit is saying once you go through this transformation, it's going to bring you a lot of happiness as your blessing. And we have sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures. So I can't make this shit up. Again, new ventures, fresh start, new creative ideas. So you're going through that period of transformation, tearing down the old in order to make new. So tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. So again, I can't make this shit up. As you take the chance, as you do things and tap more into self, you're going to be able to tap more into what is meant for you. And I'm hearing what is meant for you will not pass you, specifically for this pile. So let's see what months are also associated for you and might impact you at this time, or for this year in general. Even though this is January, all readings are timeless. So when will you see the most success for what you want in your blessing? September. So again, we have Libra, and Libra is the ending of September is Libra season. So you could also be a Virgo. Sometimes Virgo is the overthinker, where they often overthink a lot of things as well too. They want me to take the top. November. So this is going to be just kind of like, if you're watching this now in January, I feel like you're going to be planting the seeds, but it's going to mostly manifest for you, especially if this is business related or school related or partnership. This is going to mainly manifest in the end of the year, which September and November. But however, all readings are timeless, so you may this might pop up on your page later on in 2020 or 2022 or whenever, and then it may resonate for you then. So let's get the last piece of advice from your guides, and then we're going to close out the reading, because I don't want this one to be too long. So let's get the last piece of advice from your guides. So we have this one here. Shame, divine healers. And this is card number 8, and 8 is about Leo, which is strength. So you're having support as well from your guides in order to release the shame that you may feel for yourself, to be able to become abundant and successful as your blessing. So let's see card number 35. So judgment, which again is, that's Scorpio, which is judgment. So heavy Scorpio again. Severity, self-loathing, poverty. You're at risk of falling under the spell of self-criticism because of poor choices or learned behavior. So this again may go back to your ancestral or your bloodline. And this is the bringing on the energy of shame. You can always tell when soul deviating vibration is present, because it causes you to unconsciously pull back from others and the loving supports of the universe and become isolated. It's quite possible at this time to believe that the world is against you, making you want to hide. That's very cynical, I'm hearing. So you could be feeling very cynical as well at this time, but Spirit is saying, don't feel that, take action and change your situation. Nothing could be further from the truth. You are your worst enemy at this time, as the universe never stops loving or supporting you. nor have the people around you stop loving you, even when you've made terrible mistakes. After all, we're all guilty of this at times. Your divine healers surround you, holding you in affection and conditional love as you struggle to regain your self-esteem. They ask you to remember that being here on earth is like being in a classroom. You're here to progress, and you'll make many mistakes along the way. The best part of your learning process and necessary for your growth. Your divine healers ask you to open your heart and forgive your mistakes. There is no mistake too great, nor any error so grave that it can't be forgiven. Pray for them to help you rise above your self-criticism and render the flow of the universe. Make an effort to see yourself with the same love that they see you with. Stop judging yourself, make an amends, and apologize. Live where necessary and move on. Their message to you: live and learn. So again, forgive yourself, live and learn, move forward, and you will get the blessings. So that's what I got for you, pile number 3. If this resonates, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Truly appreciate all of my subscribers and everyone who has been with me. If you would like to book a personal and private reading with me, feel free to check out my website. I also sell things as well, not only readings, I do other things too. And that information will be in the description bar, or you can search angiesawakening.com and you will see my website. I thank everybody for their support. Sending you lots of love and support at this time, pile number 3. Take care.